Alright, you guys, so welcome back to the shop. Sitting in the doorway here of the shop here. Went on a little adventure today and show you what I picked up. Let me turn this thing around. So, went out, got some really thick, this is cherry wood. Buddy of mine got a sawmill milling this wood out. This is 100% cherry. Hopefully make a bunch of knife handles out of. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to make some knife handles. Maybe some other stuff that been wanting to try to do. Maybe some stuff for laser engraver there. Get some burnt wood maybe. Don't know. Bought that pretty cheap, on the cheap end. Probably figured around less than $1 a board foot. I think it come out pretty good. It is still wet. It's only about 2 months old. There's no heartwood in it. It's all good, solid, 1.25 inch rough cut lumber. And that's one of the other things that I get this, the farm boy wood from my wife's family farm. And this comes in, say, firewood chunks. That's kind of what it is. That's how I make my handles on my farm boys. This is going to be an addition to this. But this is good cherry. Good stuff. Pretty good stuff. We'll give it a try. It'll be a little bit before these come out, but I think that it'll all look pretty good. So yeah, I'll get them all stood up, show y'all. Alright, you guys, so I got it all unloaded here. Here's a look at the cherry wood there that I got for knife handles. Right there's a pretty good piece. Right there. This has got a live edge. And back here, I think there's a knot on that one. But like I said, he'd had this sitting outside, so this is just where a strap had been across, holding that thing together. That way they can move it around right, all that stuff. Alright, you guys, so there it is. There's the 100% handle material that I use, or I try to use. So this here, I just picked it up, and I try to source some of this stuff. This is hard to find a lot of times, as far as knife making goes. A lot of people don't do this anymore, and I am pretty lucky in the fact that I do have a good friend that does this. I had some spare stuff that I could pick up. Hopefully this stuff will start drying out. I may try some different methods on drying handles and stuff like that, and try to get some of this stuff put on knives. I think it's gonna be right pretty. It'll be a little bit different. Like I said, this back up here, I've had it for a good long time. It's plenty dry. This will be a minute. So I may try to do something with that. I'm not sure what and how, but we'll try it. And also, I have started making another little project. Well, it's not little, but got this. Y'all kind of curious about that? That ain't no knife. It's not. This is a spatula. So I got that plow that I had there the other day. Well, it's been a little while back. But I got me a plow, and in doing so, I discovered that this stuff is cast iron. It's not very good for knife making, because I did a little bit of research, and the only thing that might be good in that is the cutting edge, and I probably won't risk it for that. So that's what project's coming up. I just cut this one out and kind of ground it down a little bit. Had some stuff on there, some veins and whatnot. I kind of ground them down real rough with a grinder. Y'all can kind of see what that is. This is probably like a quarter, 5/16 thick. And my goal is to get it down to a manageable level. It's going to be a man spatula. Going to be one you can use out on the grill. It's flat, but I plan on bending it up and bending it back, and fixing some kind of handle on here just to make it nice, make it usable, soften it down, and that way I've got a whole plow for that, probably the edge too, so it'll take up quite a bit of this just for this, and so we'll see how that pans out. I had first intended to buy that and use for knives, because why not? It was a farm implement. I've got the Farm Boy line. That seems pretty popular, and hey, I could have got a lot of knives out of that. I can turn you around and show you. So right here it is. You can see it's got Oliver 440 Oliver on there, and my shoe's about a 12. Just as in comparison, that's a 20-pound propane tank right there. That's how big it is. So yeah, I've got a lot of odds and ends coming up. I got that one special knife coming through. I've taken my time on that just to make sure it's very nice. I went to Pigeon Forge and a little bit back, and I went through the flea market they got down there, and found a whole bunch of railroad spikes. You kind of see them back there. You kind of see them right there. Got a whole bunch of these. Probably be making into knives pretty soon. And you can tell they're 100% legit They've been used on the railroad. I don't know where they come from. What did I say? They had $3 on those. Didn't pay that for them. It was just a random antique shop, antique mall. It's kind of set up the way everything is now. It's got booths and I went through and knife picking, knife hunting, and didn't see no knives that I liked, and found railroad spikes. These things probably got enough steel on them. Make a pretty good little knife. These are the shorter ones. They're not very long at all. But I think I can get enough stretched out of them. That'll be fine. These are the 6-inch. So yeah, I think it was like 12 of those. So I've got plenty to do. I got plenty of steel in. I got some 80 CRV2 in. I got 1095. I got some 15 and 20. And then I got 8670. I've got a bunch of stuff in that I can work on. Be making some knives. Be making some content. Been kind of slow right now. Been running my 3D printer. Been getting some knife stands made. They're just simple little knife stands that I can pop up at shows. Stuff like that. Been making some a little bit bigger stands. I'm just figuring this 3D printer out. I made some balloon dogs knives. I find it rather interesting to make these knives or make these 3D printed stuff. I also made some of these. And I made some of these. These are 3D printed. These are not metal, they're plastic. Made some of those. Here's a balloon dog. They turned out pretty good, pretty neat. Here's the knife stands that I've been making. They've been coming out pretty good. I gotta figure out how to finish these out. They look pretty good for what they are. They're a little strange, squatty, but they will fit a regular pocket knife, which is kind of what everybody's looking for. So just like that. Work out pretty good. They're just big enough for that style of pocket knife. Probably be selling a few of those at a shows and stuff. Takes a good little while to make that stuff, but I think it'll be okay. I think it's about it. I've got been prepping for Dwayne's show and one other one I've got coming up. Been making some 3D print, not 3D printed. Well, if I can get the light right. Some CNA knife works. Keychains. Been doing them in a little bit different stuff, just to have to, hand out and stuff. I think it turned out pretty good for what they are. I guess that's about it for an update for now. Been kind of slow here, but there's been a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Finished a zombie killer. I can show y'all that maybe. So a little bit of an update. Maybe some rambling too. So I finished this one. Y'all might have seen that. It is the Kraken is what I'm calling this. Where it comes out the end right there. Got the old real nice skull cracker on it. This is 8670. Spooky sharp. I'm 100% afraid of this thing because it's so sharp. But yeah, that's my zombie. Sheath that I made. Thing goes right in, right out. Snaps right in. Got a little bit of a jiggle to it, but it's not bad. Not gonna come out. I shaped this in a little bit different. So that way it goes in there real nice and snug. I've also made a bunch of these. Has my name on the back. Got that one. I've got a bunch of these. This is 8 to 12 ounce leather. It's pretty thick stuff. I got only one that I done an 8 ounce because I had a piece that I couldn't use for anything else and another piece that I couldn't use for anything else. And I'm going to kick a knife in with that one. Brand new. The old Forge, it's just an old cheap pocket knife. But it's a good old cheap pocket knife. Just made in China. But it is a trapper. I do like trappers. And it fits in there real good. Real nice, snug. Made a bunch of those. And I will say that I have introduced a new way of keeping up with things on my end. And whenever I started this, I went back and kind of counted back through all the knives that I made before. I numbered all these. This is the last one that I've done for right now. And right here's how I'm doing it. So it's number 67. This is in Pops. This is actually Super Blue Wolfram, so it's not 8670. It has the Toxic G10 handles. It has glow-in-the-dark teal green pins, and it has a micarta lanyard tube. And I'm also doing click here or scan here for Facebook, YouTube. But yeah, and I also picked up a brand new Zippo. A bad day hunting is better than a good day at work. also picked that up. So, wow, I'm gonna show y'all this one too. So I got this one. So there's that one. That's a pretty big knife. That's a Hoss and a half. It's a tomahawk. I think it's been on here before. It's going in that one. I'll be going home with somebody. Hopefully somebody will buy it. And oh yeah, I forgot. I've updated some of my things that I've been doing on my knife as well. So I've been putting what steel it is. Super Blue Wolfram, made in Virginia, USA, because it's made by me. CNA Knife Works on there. So it'll be on all the newer knives. My older knives won't have it on there. Of course, I'm ever evolving in that kind of thing. I've been trying to think of ways to identify things and keep things straight in my head. And of course, I have so many now. I have to keep a price list on everything. So, but yeah, that's about it. I got all this wood. Got to do something with it. I think I'm going to stand it up right here somewhere and let it dry and figure out what to do with it. I think I make a pretty good something, knife stand, magnet stand, something. Of course, I'm going to keep some out for handles, whatnot, stuff like that. Of course, one with the live edge right there. Probably be mine. Alright, you guys. Remember, live life outdoors. God bless.